Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. All depends on wherever you find yourself and whatever time you find yourself watching this video. Hope you enjoy this upcoming video of Digital Diamond Baseball. It's version 9. Version 10 is coming out today, so this will be my last foray into version 9 before version 10 comes out. But we're going to continue in a play from the 1979 season of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And so far in this 79 season, they're struggling. The Pirates come into today's game at 13-13, so they're playing 500 baseball. And they're going to be hosting the visiting Cincinnati Reds, who are at 19-12. On the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates will be Bruce Kison, who is currently 2-1 with a 4.55 ERA. He has pitched 29 2/3 innings with 23 strikeouts and only 6 walks. So pretty good control, just sometimes leaving it out over the plate. On the mound for the visiting Cincinnati Reds will be Fred Norman, who's currently at pitching well with a 5-1 record and a 2.64 ERA. So that's going to be our game for today for you to enjoy. It's going to be the 1979 Pittsburgh Pirates hosting the Cincinnati Reds from Pittsburgh. Hope you enjoy. So we find ourselves here in Pittsburgh, Three Rivers Stadium, with the visiting Cincinnati Reds and Bruce Kison on the mound. Lineup for the visiting Cincinnati Reds. Leading off for the Reds will be Ken Griffey, playing right field. Batting in the second spot is second baseman Junior Kennedy. Batting third, playing shortstop, Dave Concepcion. Batting fourth, left fielder George Foster. Batting in the fifth spot, first baseman Champ Summers. Batting in the sixth spot, third baseman Ray Knight. Batting in the seventh spot, center fielder Cesar Geronimo. And batting in the eighth spot, catcher Vic Carell. And batting in your ninth spot will be the pitcher Fred Norman. About placed Kison on the Reds. So that's the lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. In the field for the Pittsburgh Pirates, playing in left field, Bill Robinson. Center fielder, Omar Marino. Right fielder, Dave Parker. Third baseman, Phil Garner. Shortstop, Tim Foley. Second baseman, Rennie Stennett. Playing first, Manny Sanguian. Behind the plate today for the Pirates will be Steve Nicosia, and again on the mound, Bruce Kison. Make sure I have the dice rolls set up correctly. 1 second. Entering manually, that's what I want. So away we go. Stepping to the plate will be Ken Griffey. And that's Ken Griffey Sr. So top of the first. Sip of coffee and then off we go. Here's the dice roll. And the pitch from Kison. And away we go. Kison cranks, deals. It's grounded to third. Phil Garner comes up with it, bobbles it, and will have no play. So we have an E5 to start the game as Garner comes out and boots it and allows Griffey to reach on an E5. So not a grand opening for the Pirates, as that's going to bring Junior Kennedy to the plate. Junior Kennedy batting .321 early in this season with 4 RBIs. Griffey takes a lead off first. Here is the pitch. 9-7-3 from Junior Kennedy. Kison sets, delivers, driven into the gap in right center. Parker is chasing it down, but he's not going to get there. It gets to the wall, and that's going to be a double for Kennedy. And Griffey will move to third as Parker gets the ball back in quickly. But with no outs, we already have Kison in a jam as runners on second and third. And Dave Concepcion coming to the plate, batting .300 with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs. You got Griffey creeping down third, Kennedy hanging around second, and here is the pitch. 6-2-6. Dave Concepcion steps in, pitches on the way. It's swung on, looping to shallow center. Foley back to get it, makes a difficult over-the-head catch, and that will retire Concepcion and bring up Foster. The shallow hit did not allow any runners to get moved forward. Griffey will be still on third. I'm going to bring the infield in case there's a ground ball to keep the runner on third honest in Griffey. And so coming to the plate is George Foster, who's batting .278 with 7 home runs and 28 RBIs. Foster digs in. He stares out at Kison. Here comes the pitch. 0-8-3. Kison delivers, and Foster takes it for strike 3, so he gets him looking. And it's a much-needed out, making it 2 outs now with runners on second and third. And can Kison pitch himself out of this situation as Champ Summers comes to the plate, batting .281 with 8 RBIs. 2 away. Parker on third. Kennedy on second. Here's the pitch to Summers. 9-2-1. And Summers takes that off him and slaps it into center field for a base hit, and that's going to score Griffey and Kennedy also. So it's a base path clearing single by Summers, and that will score 2 runs early here in the top of the first, and Pittsburgh already trailing 2-0, and that's going to bring Ray Knight to the plate. Ray Knight batting .333 with 5 home runs and 26 RBIs. Summers on first. Here is the pitch. 8-7-9. That's Kison struggling early here in Pittsburgh. Pitches on the way. It's lined sharply up the middle over the glove of Stennett and enters into center field for a base hit. And that'll move Summers over to second. And they will hold Summers on second. But that's now runners on first and second with 2 outs. And Cesar Geronimo coming to the plate, batting .303 with a home run and 12 RBIs. Here comes the pitch to Geronimo. 8-21. Another pitch left up over the plate by Kison and swung on and flared into right field. Parker's a little slow to react, and coming up with it, Geronimo is going to try to get an extra base, anything under 914, and he will. And it looks like he's going to make it home. Summers scores, and Knight hustles to second. So another run comes across for run number 3, and we still have runners on first and second with 2 outs for Vic Correll as Kison is getting smacked around early, slapped around, smacked around, whatever you want to call it. Coming to the plate is Vic Correll batting 059, so he's struggling. And hopefully this will be the out that Pittsburgh needs, as runners be running on contact. Here is the pitch. 5-6-7. And barring another error, this should end the inning. Grounder to Sanguillen at first. He underhands it to Kison, covering the bag for out 3, but that's not before 3 runs come across on 4 hits and 2 left on for a 3-0 Cincinnati lead early here in Pittsburgh. As we go to the bottom of the first, Pittsburgh trails 3-0. Up for Pittsburgh, Omar Marino, Tim Foley, and Dave Parker. Getting set is Marino, batting .262 with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. Bottom of the first. Here is the pitch to Marino. 9-1-1. And it will be 9-1-1 for Fred Norman as the fastball is grounded sharply to the left side, past Concepcion into left field. And Foster comes up with it quickly and holds Marino to a single. But the speedy Marino will attempt to steal. He's got a 62% chance to get the lead. So we're going to roll on that. And he will get the lead, the chance to steal. And he's got a 91% chance for the steal. So 9-11 and under, and it will be a steal. And he will. The roll of 6:05 as Norman goes into his windup. Marino, off he goes, and a poor throw by Correll. And he's in there standing. So stolen base by Marino, putting pressure on Norman already as Foley steps in, batting .208 with 5 RBIs. No outs, runner on second. Here's the pitch to Foley. 0-7-7. Foley waits. Norman pants, deals, breaking ball, and he is hit in the air to deep center field. Going back is Geronimo, and he picks it off to retire Foley. And that's going to bring Dave Parker up to the plate. Marino taking a lead from second. And will attempt to steal once again. Much lower percentage to get the lead at 42, but we're going to attempt to steal third. And he will not. Can he get back safely? As Norman steps off, bluffs to second, and that will keep Marino there. And so now the pitch comes to Parker. The roll of 8-7-1. Norman toes over, winds, delivers, is swung on and shot down the third baseline. Fair ball, and it's heading to the left field corner. Foster unable to come up with it, and Parker cruises to second, and Marino scores easily for a RBI scoring double by Dave Parker as Parker's safely on at second. And that's going to bring Bill Robinson to the plate, batting .167 with a home run and 10 RBIs. Norman finds himself in a slight jam here as Robinson comes up. Here is the pitch. 0-0-1. And Norman gets nasty with Robinson. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. And Robinson will exit stage left with his head hung low. That's going to bring up the catcher, Nicosia, with 2 outs and Parker on second. Nicosia batting .344 with 3 RBIs. Here comes the pitch to Nicosia. 1-2-0. 1-2-0. As the pitch comes, Nicosia waits, deals, lined into center field, but right at Geronimo, who makes the catch. So one run comes across on 2 hits and a man left on, and we go to the top of the second with Cincinnati up 3-1. So we find ourselves in the top of the second, and Kison already trailing 3-1, and the Cincinnati Reds are hitting the ball well. And up for the Reds will be their pitcher, Norman, to lead off the second, followed by Griffey and Kennedy. And away we go into the second inning. Norman steps in, nobody on, of course, top of the second. And here comes a pitch from Kison. 9-7-3, as he's getting the high rolls. Pitch is on the way. And Norman hits it hard on the ground, and it's into left field for a base hit. Up with it, Robinson tosses it in for a single for the pitcher, Norman, as Griffey comes up to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. Kison stepping to the plate. To the rubber, excuse me. As Griffey Jr. steps in. Here comes the pitch. Batting .326 with 3 home runs and 13 RBIs. Here's the pitch, 6-5-6. Norman stretching his lead. Cranks and fires, and it's inside for ball 4, and Griffey draws a walk. And so already getting into trouble is Kison here in the second. Runners on first and second as Junior Kennedy comes to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day. He doubled and scored a run. Here is the pitch to Kennedy. As Norman's on second. Griffey on first. And here is the pitch. 8-3-2. As the rolls keep rolling the Reds' way. Kison looking in. Now the pitch. Ground ball into left field for a base hit. Cut off there by Robinson. And it's going to hold Kennedy to a single, but will it score Norman from second? And it looks like it's going to be a high chance that it will. Roll of 975 or less, and he will score. 906. That was close. Kennedy safely on first. Norman from second base will score, and over to second goes Griffey. So another run driven in. It's now 4-1 Cincinnati as Dave Concepcion comes back to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. Griffey on second. Kennedy on first, and Concepcion coming to the plate. And here is the pitch. 5-5-9. Kison delivers. It's hit popped up in the infield. Sanguin settles underneath it and makes a catch for the easy out. No runners advance on the pop-up on the P3 put out. It's the out Kison needed to try to get out of this jam. George Foster steps up 0 for 1 on the day. And here is the pitch. 6-6-0. As Kison sets, deals. Chopper to second base, up with it as Stennett throws it for the force to Foley. Foley on the pivot, fires it over first. for an inning double play, just what Kison needed, but not after another run come across on 2 hits. And going to the bottom of the second, Cincinnati leads 4-1. And coming to the plate for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Manny Sanguin. This is his first plate appearance of the year, and so his averages go from here as Sanguin steps in. In 79, he batted .230, was 4 RBIs and 74 plate appearances. So here comes a pitch to Sanguin. 7-7-9. And Sanguin steps in. Norman rocks back, delivers, swung on, and it's looped to shallow left. Knight going out, Foster coming in, but neither one of them able to get to it, and it falls in for a single, leadoff single for Manny Sanguin. And that's going to bring Rennie Stennett to the plate, batting .244 with 9 RBIs. Norman toes a rubber. Dillon to Sanguin, the 0-0-6. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3. Norman adds another K to his collection. That is his second. Sanguin still on first with 1 out. And up comes Phil Garner. And this is, I think, a good time for a hit and run situation. He's just got a 9.7% chance for a strikeout. Sanguin doesn't run well, but we're going to get him breaking on a hit and run. So let's just try it out as Norman goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. 6-2-4. So the hit and run is on. Runner's on the move, swung on. It's hit in there to shallow center. Geronimo is on his horse. He'll take care of Garner. And Sanguin will just have to go back to first on the failed hit and run attempt as Stennett hit it into the air instead of on the ground. So Sanguin on first as Bruce Kison comes to the plate. Here is the delivery. 3-5-5. And barring an error, that should end the inning. And we'll be going to the third. Norman glances over, pitches on the way to Kison. Bouncing ball to Summers at first. He plays it on the high hop and feeds it to Norman, covering the bag for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit. A man left on, and after 2, we go to the third with Cincinnati up 4-1. And Champ Summers coming to the plate, followed by Ray Knight and Cesar Geronimo, So Summers is the hitter, batting .281 with 8 RBIs as he entered the game. And here is the pitch from Kison. 9-1-0. And the high rolls keep coming for Kison. Oh, that's one of those days. Pitches on the way. Swung on. It's a dunker into left field. It drops right in front of Robinson in left field for a leadoff hit for Champ Summers. And that will bring Ray Knight to the plate. Knight 1 for 1 on the day. Coming into this game, he was batting .333 with 5 home runs and 26 RBIs. So here's the pitch. 0-5-6. Finally, a low roll for Bruce Kison as he eyeballs Knight. Sets, delivers, a swing and a miss. He got Knight with the fastball for out number 1. And that's going to bring Cesar Geronimo to the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI. As Summers finds himself on first, Geronimo steps in to take his turn. And here is the pitch. 9-9-4. Oh, no. And Cesar Geronimo steps up. Here comes a pitch. He spanks it. He cranks it. He smacks it. It's into the seats, and I'm ahead of myself. I haven't even entered a roll yet, but I know what it's going to be as Cesar Geronimo takes the offering from Kison and hits a fly ball deep left field. Robinson's measuring the line, but he runs out of room. It's a home run for Geronimo. That'll drive in Summers, so it's a 2-run shot by Cesar Geronimo, and we have ourselves a blowout here as it's 6-1 now for Cincinnati, as Kison has been rung up for 6 runs. And that's going to bring up Vic Correll, and I have seen enough. Kison is going to be coming out of the game. And let's go to the bench coach, see who's my best option. With Vic Correll coming up, probably will go with a right-hander. We want to bring in Romo. Enrique Romo coming in early, too early for my liking. But Kison just getting shelled. So Romo entering here. In the 3rd inning. So a short outing for Kison, who gets rung up for 6 runs. So Romo makes his way from the bullpen. After that home 2-run shot by Cesar Geronimo, he will be facing the right-handed Correll, ready to face off against Romo. And here is the pitch. 6-4-1. As Romo steps in. Rocks and fires. It's a shot to center field, but Marino is right there waiting for it. He pulls it in for out number 2. That's going to bring up the pitcher Norman, who's 1 for 1 on the day and scored a run. He singled his last time up. So Norman strolls to the plate. 2 gone, no 1 on. And here comes a pitch from Romo. 2-0-1. So here's the pitch to Norman from Romo. Romo looking in. Now the pitch. Strike 3 as he rung Norman up. But not after 2 runs come across on 2 hits. And after 2.5, we go to the bottom of the 3rd. And it's Cincinnati 6 and Pittsburgh 1. And can Pittsburgh get some offensive going as Marino steps to the plate? He's 1 for 1 on the day with a stolen base and a run scored. He's batting .262 coming into the game with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. So here comes the pitch to Marino. 0-8-8. As Norman into his windup, and the delivery pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss. And Marino air conditioning the stadium as he fans away. And that'll bring up Tim Foley, who's 0 for 1 on the day, here in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch from Norman. 2-2-4. As Norman goes into the windup, he delivers. Deals. It's hit into deep left field on his horse's Foster, and he makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down as Dave Parker comes to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day. He doubled and drove in a run his last time up. Parker steps in. 0-7-4 as Norman pitching well. Pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss. Parker waves at the fastball for strike 3. So 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. And we go to the 4th with Cincinnati up 6-1. And still on the mound for the Pirates, Enrique Romo. And due up for Cincinnati, Griffey, Kennedy, and Concepcion. Ken Griffey coming to the plate, 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a run scored. Griffey steps into the box. Here is the pitch from Romo. 0-6-9. As Romo sets to fire. Here he comes. Fastball, and Romo blows it by him for strike 3 as Romo gets his second strike out of the game. And Junior Kennedy coming to the plate. Kennedy, 2 for 2 on the day with a double, an RBI, and a run scored. So Kennedy is having his way today against the Pittsburgh pitching. More specifically, Bruce Kison. Here's the pitch from Romo. 6-8-5. As Romo kicks and deals. High, ball 4. So he walks Kennedy with 1 out. We have a runner now on first. And Dave Concepcion coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Kennedy takes his lead off first. And here is the pitch. 0-7-2 from Enrique Romo. Kennedy takes the lead off first. Romo glances over. Now he delivers. Swung on and missed. Concepcion goes down swinging, goes back to the dugout with his head hung low, wagging to and fro. As George Foster comes to the plate. Foster 0 for 2 on the day, but very dangerous bat. As he hit 30 home runs in 79. He's 0 for 2, 2 away. Kennedy stretching his lead on first. And here comes the pitch. Triple fours. 4-4-4. As the pitch comes to Foster, Romo shakes off a few signs, gets the one he wants, delivers. That's a tapper to second base. Randy Stennett up with it, fires it over to first. And that will retire Foster. So no runs, no hits, and a man left on. And we go to the bottom of the 4th with Cincinnati up 6-1. Coming to the plate for Pittsburgh, Robinson, Nicosia, and Sanguin. Robinson entered the game batting 167 with a home run and 10 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Norman. 5-1-8. And the pitch comes. Sets, delivers. Line towards center field, but right to Kennedy. Left center, but right to Kennedy. And Robinson is out. So it's a line shot that the second baseman, leaping catch, stabbed out of the air for out number 1. And that's going to bring Steve Nicosia to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day, 1 out. Nicosia coming to the plate. Here's the pitch. 6-5-4 to Nicosia. So Norman delivers, and Nicosia takes ball 4. Will trot down to first. Good eye by Nicosia allows him to find his way down to first. And stepping to the plate is Manny Sanguin. And again, we're going to try the hit and run. Sanguin does not strike out often. He's not a power hitter, so I'm just going to see if he can slap one into play and move Nicosia over as the hit and run is on. Here is the pitch. 3-8-3. The only thing, if it's a line drive or any sharply hit ball, it might be a problem. Summers holding. The pitch is on the way. The runner's going. Swung on and a high fly ball to left field. Sprinting after there is Foster. He makes the catch for the out, and Nicosia has to hustle back to first. So another failed hit and run attempt as Rennie Stennett now steps to the plate, 0 for 1 on the day. 2 outs, runner on first. And here's the pitch from Norman. 4-9-3. Norman sets the deal. And fires. Liner to left, but Foster right there to pull it in for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, and 1 left on. And we go to the top of the 5th with Cincinnati leading 6-1. Due up for Cincinnati, Summers, Knight, and Geronimo. Champ Summers heading to the plate with 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Summers having an excellent day as Enrique Romo looks to set him down. And here is the pitch. 4-6-9. Romo coming in, pitching much better than Kison was. Rocks and fires. Soft line drive towards right. And speared at the last moment by a lunging Parker, who makes a nice play for out number 1. That's going to bring Ray Knight to the plate. Knight 1 for 2 on the day. He entered the game batting .333 with 5 home runs and 26 RBIs. Here is the pitch from Romo. 9-7-9. As Romo offers up one that's hanging over the plate, big fat one, and it's swung on. And it's hammered to left field. No chance for Robinson. He'll have to play it off the wall. It caroms past him and sends Knight toward third for a triple. So it's a triple by Knight. And Romo is now tired. We'll try to get him out of the inning. But we're only in the 5th, and I need to get him through this inning at least. So Geronimo comes up 2 for 2 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. Here's the pitch to Geronimo. 4-2-2. Romo into the windup. And the pitch. Tapper to second base. Stennett plays it, slings it over to first. But here comes Knight to score. And that's going to be another run across for a 7-1 lead for the Cincinnati Reds. And up comes Vic Correll, 0 for 2 on the day, and hopefully can get him out. Here is the pitch from Romo. 6-0-3. Romo steps in. Deals. Chopper to the mound, taken by Romo. He throws it in the dirt, but scooped by Sanguin to make the play. So 1 run, 1 hit, and nobody left on. And after 4.5, we go to the bottom of the 5th with Cincinnati up 7-1 as they're cruising here in Pittsburgh. And up for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 5th, Garner, Romo, and Marino. Phil Garner stepping to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. He entered this game batting .222 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Norman. 5-4-1. The hands overhead wind up by Norman. Fly ball to right, but there waiting for it is Griffey to make the catch and out number 1. And that's going to bring up Romo, and we're going to pinch hit for him. See if I can bring in a right-handed hitter for Romo, as he's done for the day. Let's go to the bench coach and see who's my best option here. Against the lefty. See Delbera maybe. Nope, that's 71%. I want it lower. How about Lee Lacy? That's better. Lacy's going to come in and pinch hit. We'll bring in the right-handed hitting Lacy to come in as Romo's day is done. Drop that 81% to 66.9. So Lee Lacy coming to the plate to pinch hit. He batted .247 in 79. Currently batting .217 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Lacy is a hitter, 1 down. And here is the pitch. 6-10. Lacy comes in. Pitch is on his way. Swung on. Line to second base, but right there to handle it is Kennedy. Makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring Omar Marino back to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored and a stolen base. Here's the pitch from Norman. 8:08. Norman sets, deals, swung on, line drive, base hit into left field. Foster comes in to take it on the hop, but it's a single for Marino. And with the dangerous Marino on the base pass, he will be attempting to steal. He's got a 62% chance to get the lead. Rolling the die, and he will. And now, 91% chance for the steal. And here's the roll for, and he will, as Norman goes into the windup. Daring lead by Marino. There goes Marino. The throw from Correll is very high and sails into the outfield, and Marino will take third with the throwing error by Correll as Geronimo tosses it back in. Norman glances at his catcher and say, "Man, give me a break." So Marino parked on third with 2 outs. Tim Foley, can he bring in Marino as Marino has put some pressure on Norman? Here's the pitch. 5-3-1. And barring an error, it looks like Norman has got himself out of this jam. Marino is poked up the middle. Kennedy ranges over, gloves it, and retires Foley as Kennedy covers some ground to get to that ball that's hit into shallow right field. But now I need a pitcher. And in this situation, so early in the game, see, I got Candelaria, Robinson, Blyleven, Whitson. Let's bring in Ed Whitson. I know he's one of my starters, but kind of in a tight spot with what I got going on here. So Whitson will come in. Because he doesn't pitch again for a few days, a few starts. So Whitson will come in. He comes in out of the bullpen with a current 1.86 ERA. 0 for 1 on the season, but pitching well. Coming in relief. Coming to the plate is Norman. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Here is the pitch. 1-2-9. It looks like he's going to strike out his counterpart as Norman steps in. Wilson kicks, deals, and a swing and a miss. Norman could not solve that curveball by Ed Whitson. That's going to bring Griffey Sr. to the plate, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and a run scored. Here is the pitch. 8-4-0. And the high rolls keep coming for the Pittsburgh pitchers. Wind up, pitch from Whitson. Lined into center field for a base hit. Ball was hit right at Marino. He'll just get it on the hop and toss it in to hold this Griffey to a single. And that's going to bring up Junior Kennedy, 2 for 2 on the day, with a walk, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. So the hits just keep coming. That's the 10th hit already for the Reds. Kennedy stands in, batting .321 with 4 RBIs entering the game. And here is the pitch. 4-6-0. Can they turn 2? As Griffey takes the lead from first. Whitson long with it, Griffey. And he delivers. Hit on the ground to the pitcher, fielded by Whitson. He throws to Stennett at second. Over to first. Double play. So that was a great play by Whitson. No runs on a hit and nobody left on. And after 5.5, we go to the bottom of the 6th with Cincinnati up 7-1. Due up for Pittsburgh is Parker, Robinson, and Nicosia. Parker steps in, 1 for 2 on the day with a double and an RBI scored. Norman still on the mound as he brings the pitch. 3-1-0. As Parker steps in. Norman looking in. Now the pitch. It's popped up in the middle of the infield. Concepcion there. The shortstop makes the easy catch for the P6 putout. And out number 1, and that'll bring Bill Robinson to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day is Robinson. Here's the pitch from Norman. 4-4-7. 1 out. Norman rears back and fires. Robinson hit it hard to the hole on the left side, but a nice stop by Knight. And he fires to Summers on first. And he gets the out for out number 2. That's going to bring Steve Nicosia back to the plate. He's reached on a walk today. He's 0 for 1. 2 outs as Nicosia steps in. Fred Norman into the windup. And the pitch. 9-7-2 to Nicosia. 2 outs. Cranks and deals. Driven into the gap in right center. Geronimo is chasing it now, but he's not going to get there. It gets to the wall, and that'll be a double for Nicosia, as Nicosia is swinging the bat well. He just wished the rest of his teammates were, as Manny Sanguillen steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Nicosia on second. Sanguillen at the plate. Here's the pitch. 3-5-1. Here comes a pitch from Norman. Norman rocks and fires. Liner to left, but right at Foster for the out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on. And after 6, we go to the top of the 7th. Cincinnati 7, Pittsburgh 1. And due up for Cincinnati, Dave Concepcion, George Foster, and Champ Summers. Zed Whitson still on the mound. Concepcion steps in, 0 for 3 on the day, top of the 7th. And here is the pitch, 0-0-4. And Whitson coming in. Fires, rocks and fires. Strike 3 called. Back to the bench goes Concepcion, wagging his head to and fro. And that brings up George Foster. 0 for 3 on the day is Foster. One out. And here is the pitch. 4-9-0. Whitson cranks and deals. Here comes the pitch. Foster hits it on the ground to third, fielded by Garner, but he makes a wild throw, and that'll be the second error on Garner, as Foster is safely on first, and that's another E5 as Phil Garner's is racking up the E's on his card. So now with one out, runner on first, and Champ Summers coming to the plate, 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. One down, Foster on first. And here comes the pitch. 4-4-6. Can they turn 2 once again as Whitson takes a long look at Foster, delivers to Whitson does, grounded hard to second, exactly where Rennie Sinnott was playing. He flips to Foley for the force and over to first for another double play turn by Pittsburgh. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Cincinnati 7, Pittsburgh 1. Due up for Pittsburgh, Stinnett, Garner, and Whitson. And it's time for that 7th inning stretch. Stinnett steps up, 0 for 2 on the day. And here's the pitch to Stinnett. 6-9-2. Nobody gone. Stinnett waiting. Norman delivers. Bounce right tonight at third. Should be routine, and it is. He gets Stinnett on the ground out for out number 1. Coming to the plate is Garner, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Bottom of the 7th. Here is the pitch. 6-6-2. Pitch is on his way. Swung on. Line to second base, but right there to handle it is Kennedy and makes the catch for the out on the L4 put out. And that's going to bring the pitcher Whitson to the plate. Bottom of the 7th. Whitson will stay in to hit. And here is the pitch. 9-4-7 for Whitson. As the pitch comes from Norman to his counterpart, Whitson gets a sign from Cabrera on the pitch. Swung on. It's hit hard on the ground. It's going to get through to the right field. Griffey cuts it off, but Whitson is on with a single to try to get something going here for Pittsburgh here in the bottom of the 7th. So here we are, bottom of the 7th. With 2 outs, runner on first, and Omar Moreno coming to the plate. 2 for 3 on the day with a run scored and 2 stolen bases. And Wilson edging off first. Here is the pitch. 2-0-9. Not the roll that Pittsburgh wanted in this situation. Norman kicks and deals. Routine roller hit right at Concepcion. He fields it smoothly. Whips it over to first base to get Marino, so no runs on a hit and a man left on. And we go to the 8th. Cincinnati 7, Pittsburgh 1. Due up for Cincinnati, Ray Knight, Cesar Geronimo, and Vic Correll. And Ed Whitson still on the plate. Still on the mound as Ray Knight comes to the plate with 2 for 3 with a triple and a run scored. Nobody out. Here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. 5-7-3. Whitson looks down, gets a sign from the coach. The pitch. And it's lined towards left center, but right there is Foley, and Knight is out as he stabs the line drive out of the air. And that's going to bring Cesar Geronimo to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. With Cincinnati up 7-1. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a home run and 4 RBIs. And here is the pitch. 1-5-7. As Whitson coming in for mop-up duty, which he did not want to do. He has a sign. He rocks, fires. Slow roller to second, fielded by Stennett, who throws to Sanguin for out number 2. That's going to bring up Vic Carell, who is 0 for 3 on the day and batting .050. And here is the roll, 298. Two outs. Pitch is on his way. Coral sends this one deep into right field. Drifting over is Parker, and he makes the catch for the out. So no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with Cincinnati up 7-1. And due up for Pittsburgh will be Foley, Parker, and Robinson. Foley 0 for 3 on the day. Norman still on the mound for Cincinnati. Here's the pitch from Norman. 3-1-8. Norman winds and deals. It's a bullet hit towards short, but Concepcion is right there to take it on the L6 putout. Excuse me. Concepcion is there. Foley is out. And that's going to bring up Dave Parker. 1 for 3 on the day with a double and an RBI scored. Here is the pitch. 0-3-5. That does not bode well for Parker, as Norman will rack up his 5th strikeout. Swing and a miss as he gets the strikeout on the high hard one. And that's going to bring Bill Robinson to the plate. 0 for 3 on the day. So Robinson striding to the plate with 2 outs. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Not really the man you want to see coming to the plate. Batting 159. So we're going to pitch hit for him. See if I can get a better hitter in. But that 66.7 is probably going to be hard to beat. That's what Tavares looks like. Let's go to the bench coach. So 66.7, we want a lower number or we're not going to hit for him. Nope, not Berra. Let's look at Tavares. Nope. I think we're going to have to leave him in. So, see what Alexander looks like. And it's slightly better. We're going to bring him in to see if we can switch things up. So Alexander coming in to pinch hit. Nah, I'm going to leave him in. It's not a big enough difference. That 0.6%, I'm not even going to bother with it because Robinson is on the plate. Here is the pitch. And it wouldn't have mattered. With the roll of 4-5-2, Robinson looking to go 0 for on the day. The windup pitch from Norman is hit into right field, into the air. But Griffey has a long way to go, but he runs it down and makes the catch. Nice play for out number 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base, and we go to the top of the 9th with Cincinnati up 7-1. Ed Whitson still on the mound. Due up for Cincinnati is Norman, Griffey, and Kennedy. So coming to the plate will be the pitcher Norman to look to close out this game with a 6-run lead. Why not? And getting set to hit is Norman. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Nobody out here at top of the 9th. And here's the pitch from Whitson. 7.99. And it looks like he's going to walk his counterpart. Here comes the pitch. Inside. Did it hit him? No, but Norman draws a walk. And Whitson is now tired, but we're going to try to finish it out with him. As Griffey Sr., why that habit, I don't know. As Norman's on first, Griffey to the plate. Here is the pitch. 4-8-9 to Griffey, and let me get him to the plate. I do have the roll of 4-8-9, so it's going to be just out for Griffey. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Norman takes his lead off first. And a roll of 4-8-9. Sanguin holding Norman to the bag. It's hit to Foley at short. Up with his Foley, fires to Stinnett for the first, and on to first for another double play turned by Pittsburgh. So there's 2 down now, and Whitson is glad to see no runners on for Junior Kennedy, who is 2 for 3 today with a walk, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Junior Kennedy strolls to the plate. 2 away. Here is the pitch. 3-2-2. It looks like Whitson is going to get out of the inning, barring an error. Comes to the plate. Kennedy sends one deep into right field, but Parker is right there, and he makes the catch for the out. So no runs, no hits, and nobody left on. And we go to the bottom of the 9th with Cincinnati up 7-1, and the Pirates in desperate situation, as it's going to be Nicosia, Sanguin, and Stinnett up. Nicosia steps to the plate. With that 63, we're not going to be pinch hitting for Nicosia. As the bottom of the 9th, he steps up. And here's the pitch from Norman, looking to close out this game. 7-9-5. As Norman goes into his windup, Rare's back, fires. It's a fastball. It's plunked into right field for a base hit. Drops it in front of Griffey in right field, and that'll be a single for Nicosia. That's going to bring up Manny Sanguin, who's 1 for 3 on the day. He's 72%. Let's see if we can drop that pitch hit for Sanguin. Bring another righty in that can drop that 72 percentile down. Let's look at our bench coach. So anything lower than 72.4, and we can deal with that. Let's first look at Alexander. Yeah, 65.6. He will be coming in. Switch hitter Matt Alexander coming in for Sanguin. I like the average is better. It drops from 72.4 to 65.6. The pink are outs, so he's got a 65.6 chance of being out. That dropped down from 72.4. Nicosia stretching his lead at first. Here is the pitch. And he throws a BB 001, the lowest roll other than triple zeros. And that's not good news for Alexander, as Norman delivers. Strike 3 called, and Alexander gets rung up for out number 1. That'll bring Rennie Stinnett to the plate. He's 73.2. Again, I'm going to try to bring in a hitter that's better than Stinnett. Desperate situation here for, and we're going to bring in Tavares. It's going to go from 73.2 to 70. Not a huge difference, but a little better. Tavares comes off the bench, 1 out, runner on first in Nicosia. And here is the pitch, 2-6-7. Wouldn't have mattered who I brought in. That is an out, barring an error. Whatever pitch 107 is, look out. That's a wild pitch. So Tavares will get another shot at it as Nicosia takes 7. Nicosia now on second. And here is the pitch. 9-2-0. So that is in Pittsburgh's favor as the pitch comes to Tavares. Winds and deals. And it gets away from Corral, and it will be scored as a pass ball. Nicosia takes third, and Norman is getting wild here in the bottom of the ninth. Annie. So it's a tight situation for Norman now with Nicosia 90 feet away. And here comes the pitch to Tavares. 3-5-5. So 2 wild pitches by Norman moves Nicosia over to third. He winds and fires. Swung on. A little dribble short. Easy play for Concepcion. He takes Summers out at first, but that will score. He takes Tavares out, and that will score Nicosia for another run. So it's 7-2 now, but that'll bring Phil Garner to the plate. It's 2 outs. And Garner coming to the plate. And here is the pitch. Could this be the last gasp? 2-6-4. And it looks like it will, bar an error. Garner gets the pitch from Norman. 2 outs. Pitches on the way. Line drive right at Concepcion. He's right there to make the play. And he played it perfectly. And that will be our ball game as Cincinnati came in and spanked Pittsburgh at home to take the game 7-2 and drop the Pirates to 13-14. And that's going to be our game from here in Pittsburgh as we're going to exit out of this. And go back to our daily screen and fast play the rest of these games and then take a look at our standings. So those are the fast played games for the day. Let's take a look at these. Mariners versus the Orioles. Find the Mariners losing 6-9 to the Orioles. The winning pitcher was Stoddard. The losing pitcher Mitchell, and the player of the game was Eddie Murray. Went 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. The A's versus the Red Sox. Find the A's taking a tight one 4-3 with the winning pitcher being Langford and the losing pitcher Torres. Player of the game was Gross, 3 for 4 with a home run, an RBI, and a run scored. The game against the Kansas City Royals and the Chicago White Sox, 4-0 shutout for the Royals. Winning pitcher Patton, losing pitcher Hitton, player of the game Hurdle, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Brewers versus Tigers. Tigers take that one 5-2. Winning pitcher Rosema, losing pitcher Travers, player of the game LaFour, 3 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Indians, Twins. Twins crushed the Indians 11-2. Winning pitcher Kuzman, losing pitcher Paxton. Smalley, your player of the game, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Yankees, Angels. Angels take that one 5-4 with the winning pitcher Tanana and the losing pitcher Guidry. Don Baylor, player of the game, he was 3 for 6 with a home run, 4 RBIs, and 1 run scored. Rangers, Blue Jays. Blue Jays take that one 5-1. Winning pitcher Lemanzik. Losing pitcher, Comer. Player of the game, Woods, 2 for 3 with 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Cubs, Astros. The Astros take that one 8-5. Andujar is your winning pitcher. McLaughlin, loser. And Poole, 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and 1 run scored. And I didn't mean to hit that, so let's close that out. Was the player of the game. Cubs, Astros. Winner of that one is the Astros 9-8. Andujar, your winning pitcher. Suter, the loser. And Cedeno, the player of the game, with a home run, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. He must have drove in that winning run. The game between the Dodgers and the Expos. The Expos win 5-3. Sanderson is your winning pitcher. Hooton, your loser. And Lance Parrish, the winner, with a home run and 2 RBIs and a run scored. Of course, our game today saw Norman winning, Kison taking the loss, and Cesar Geronimo, the player of the game, with 2 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBIs and a run scored. Mets, Padres. Mets take that one 9-7 with Twitchell, your winning pitcher. Kenny, the losing pitcher. And Lee Mazzelli, player of the game, 4 for 6 with 3 RBIs. And Phillies, Giants. Giants take that one 6-4. Winning pitcher, Halicki. Losing pitcher, Lurch. And the player of the game, Madlock, 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. And then Braves, Cardinals. Cardinals crushed the Braves 11-1 with Martinez, the winning pitcher, Mailer, the loser, and Martinez being the player of the game with 9 innings pitched, allowing 4 hits and 1 run. And that's the summation of the day. And let's take a look at the standings. In the AL East, you got the Orioles at 23-10, a game up on the Red Sox. In the AL West, you have the Twins at 22-8, 3 games up on the Kansas City Royals. In the NL East, you have Montreal at 21-7, a half game up on the Phillies. And you have the Pirates now dropping all the way in to the 5th spot in the NL East at 13-14, 7.5 games back of Montreal. And in the NL West, you have the Cincinnati Reds at 20-12 on top, half a game up on the Dodgers. And that's going to be all she wrote here from Pittsburgh today, as Pittsburgh drops another one to the Cincinnati Reds. Thanks for stopping in, and while you're here, smash that like button and share. And if you enjoyed what you watched, please subscribe so I can continue to bring this content. And ring that notification bell so you can be notified when a video drops.